Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is the third lecture of chapter number 10 of 10th class biology. In this lecture, we will discuss respiratory disorders. Respiratory disorders are the disorders of the organs that make up the respiratory system. These may be simple allergies or as serious as cancers. We will be discussing these 5 disorders in this lecture. Bronchitis is an infection of the main airways of the lungs, causing them to become irritated and inflamed. Excessive mucus is secreted and the tubes become narrow, as is being shown over here. The main symptom is cough, which may bring up yellow-gray mucus, phlegm, along with wheezing, fever and chills. Bronchitis can be any of the two types, acute or chronic. With acute bronchitis, symptoms can be similar to that of a cold or flu, and for this reason, it is also known as chest cold. Usually people cough up sputum, especially in the morning. Patients may recover within 2 weeks with no permanent damage to the airways. While in chronic bronchitis, the bronchi develop chronic inflammation and the symptoms are ongoing or they last 3 months or over a year, and they have occurred for 2 consecutive years. Emphysema is a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease in which partition walls of the alveoli rupture. This results in bigger air sacs with reduced surface area for gaseous exchange, so the amount of oxygen that reaches the bloodstream also decreases. The person suffering from emphysema experiences shortness of breath, fatigue, recurrent respiratory infections, and weight loss. Emphysema is dangerous in a sense that by the time its symptoms appear, the patient has lost 50 to 70% of the lung tissue. Asthma is a form of allergy in which there is inflammation of bronchi and more mucus production, leading to the narrowing of airways. The bronchi and bronchioles become sensitive to different allergens, for example dust, smoke, perfumes or pollens, and when exposed to any of such allergens, the sensitive airways show immediate and excessive response of constriction and the person experiences extreme coughing and whistling sound. Symptoms of asthma include chest tightness, coughing, shortness of breath, wheezing sound when breathing out, and especially during exertion. Bronchodilators are used for the treatment of asthma, and these bronchodilators have the ability to dilate the constricted bronchioles, and they are preferably used as in the form of inhalers. Pneumonia can range in seriousness from mild to life-threatening. It affects the alveoli, which are filled up with pus, as shown over here in this figure. The normal alveoli, and on the lower side these are the pus-filled alveoli. So as the gaseous exchange is affected because of the pus filled up in the air sacs, it causes cough with phlegm or pus, fever, chills and difficulty in breathing. Pneumonia may be caused by viruses, bacteria or fungi, and the most common bacteria which causes pneumonia is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Signs and symptoms of pneumonia vary from mild to severe depending on the factors such as the type of germ causing the infection, your age and overall health of the person. The common signs and symptoms may be runny nose, sneezing, productive cough, chest pain when you breathe or when you cough, cough which may produce phlegm, fatigue, fever, sweating and shaking, chills, lower than normal body temperature especially in adults older than 65 years of age, gray or bluish skin color and shortness of breath. In case both of the lungs are affected by the infection, the condition is termed as double pneumonia. For the treatment of pneumonia, vaccines and antibiotics are used, and prior to the discovery of antibiotics, 1/3 of pneumonia patients used to die and used to be very dreadful disease. Cancer is a disease of uncontrolled cell division, and if this uncontrolled cell division occurs in the tissue of lungs, that leads to the formation of tumors in the lung tissue, as is shown over here. Sometimes the cellular growth may invade the adjacent tissues beyond the lungs. That's why cancer is dangerous. Carcinogens are the agents, either chemicals or radiations, that cause cancers. And smoking is the main cause of lung cancer because cigarette smoke contains over 50 carcinogens. Both active and passive smoking can lead to cancer, and I hope you understand passive smoking. That means you do not smoke a cigarette directly, but you are sitting beside a person who is smoking a cigarette. So that is also dangerous for you. Smoking is injurious to health as the cigarette smoke contains over 4,000 chemicals which can damage your health. It affects the body from head to toe. Smokers have a much higher risk of developing a number of life-threatening diseases, but in normal circumstances, smokers feel shortness of breath, coughing, chronic bronchitis, asthma is triggered, sometimes emphysema, sometimes coronary heart diseases. Nicotine present in tobacco not only hardens the wall of arteries but also promotes the platelet production. It also increases the risk of stroke and damages the brain tissue. Smoking damages the teeth, making them weak and yellow. The white of eye also get pale or yellowish. Smoking also affects the social life of the person as people are becoming aware of the bad effects of smoking, both active and passive, and they don't want to be exposed to the cigarette smoke. It can also lead to cancer of nose, lip, tongue, and mouth. This ends up the first chapter. Good luck.